In this video, we will explore using the GarageBand app on your MacBook to create an original song. Before getting started, ensure GarageBand on your MacBook is up to date. To do this, you can navigate to Manager by using the Launchpad on your dock. You may also choose to use Command Spacebar to quickly navigate to the Manager app. Once you are in Manager, search for the GarageBand app. Once you have found GarageBand, select Reinstall to ensure you have the latest and greatest GarageBand update. When you first open GarageBand, you will be directed here. You will notice several different options along the left-hand side of the screen. Select New Project to begin a new project. Use Learn to Play for quick lessons and tutorials on how to play various instruments. You can also view and access the lesson store. Recent will take you to your recent projects. Project templates will allow you to create a new song using a template. The templates may be beneficial if you have a musical background. For now, we want to create a new project by selecting an empty project. Before moving forward, we will adjust the settings below. You can adjust the tempo, which will determine how fast or slow your song is. The key signature will determine the tone of your sounds, and the time signature will determine how many beats will be in each measure. You can also adjust your audio as needed by ensuring you are hearing and recording audio from the speaker and microphone that works best for you. Keep in mind, these settings can always be edited further once you have started the project using the control bar. When you're ready to move forward, select Choose. Next, we'll choose a track. Tracks are pieces of audio that you compose to create a song. For example, your song may have a guitar track, a drum track, a vocal track, and so on. You will likely have numerous tracks compiled to create a full and rich song. For now, let's start by using the Record Using a Microphone option under Audio. Check your input and adjust your audio as needed to ensure you are hearing and recording audio from the speaker and microphone that works best for you. When you're ready, select Create. Once your project opens, in the top left-hand corner, look for the circle with the question mark inside. This is the Quick Help option. Quick Help will turn on coaching tips that will be revealed when hovering over various buttons and features in GarageBand. You can always select this option again to turn off Quick Help. However, you will likely find this tool beneficial if you are new to GarageBand. Before we begin composing a song, let's take a few minutes to go over some of the main buttons and features you will be using. Here you will find all of your tracks. Right now we only have one track added into GarageBand. At the top, you can rewind, fast forward, stop, or play your tracks. When you press play, you will see the cursor move from left to right. If the track had audio, the sound would be playing as the cursor progresses through the song. You may have noticed the clicking noise as the song progressed. This is called the metronome. We'll talk a little bit more about the metronome in just a minute. Here you'll also find the Record button. The Record button is great when you are adding in vocals or playing instruments directly into your song. You will find the control bar in the center of the screen. The control bar shows the bars and beats. This will help you identify where you are at in the song, as your song is structured almost like a grid consisting of those bars and beats. As previously mentioned, you can make further changes from the control bar. The bar and beat shows you exactly where you are at in the song, and then click within the tempo window to adjust the tempo to make your song faster or slower. You can also select the time signature and the key signature to change those features of your song. Once your vocals have been added, adjusting the tempo will affect the way your voice sounds. Use the 1, 2, 3, 4 button to turn on or off the count-in, and as previously mentioned, the button next to that is your metronome. A metronome will keep the beat of the song with a click. Select the metronome to turn it off, or select it again so that it's purple to turn the metronome on. This will help you stay in beat as you add tracks and vocals. The metronome will also be important in helping you determine early on if your song is too fast or too slow, so you can go back to the center of the control bar and adjust the tempo as needed. Keep in mind when you're ready to record vocals, or if you plan to record instrument tracks directly into your project, you will likely want to turn the metronome off. If your speakers and microphones are not set up accordingly, you will hear the click as you record those tracks into your project. Now we've looked at several of the main buttons, let's take a minute to talk a bit more about tracks. As a reminder, your tracks can be found here. Every track has its own controls that allow you to adjust the sound when the track is selected. Let's look at our voice track. You can double-click the name of the track to give it a name. In the top left-hand corner, you will notice a button that looks like a box of files. This is the library. Use the library to select a preset for your voice track. Depending upon the type of track you choose from the library, the available controls at the bottom will be different. Notice what happens when I switch from bright vocal to classic vocal in the library. You can always use the knobs in the controls to make further adjustments, but keep in mind the knobs have been preset based on the selection you made from the sound library. Now let's add a new track. To do that, select Track, New Track, or press the plus sign to add a new track. This time, let's select the drummer track type. Just like with the audio track, you can choose a drummer from the library based on the sound you're trying to create. When you select a drummer from the library, the presets at the bottom will automatically change based on the drummer you chose. Again, you can make further changes as needed. Going to add a hand clap and some cymbals. The last thing we need to talk about before we really begin creating a song is live loops. Live loops will be beneficial as you create your song, as they are pre-recorded audio and software instruments that you can bring directly into your song. In the top right-hand corner, you will find the Live Loops button. Select the drop-down next to Loop Packs to see the various genres. Select the genre that works best for your song. Keep in mind, you can also filter by instruments if you're looking for something even more specific. Select a loop to hear it play. If a loop is grayed out, you will need to use the arrow to download it to your computer. If your computer is low on power, you'll be prompted to plug it in. You will also be required to type in the password you used to unlock your MacBook. As you are looking for loops, keep in mind how many beats are in that loop. Most loops have 8 to 16 beats. Once we pull a loop into your song, you can always cycle it if you would like your loop to play for more beats. Once you have found a loop you'd like to use, press and hold, then drag it into a new track on your song. I currently pulled this loop in to start playing at the first bar, first beat. Keep in mind you can push and hold and drag around the loop so that it begins playing when you need it to. If you'd like to extend the loop, push and hold the end of the track and begin dragging it to the right. You can extend this as far as you need. As you drag in additional loops, make sure to add them on their own track. You can always delete any unwanted audio by selecting it and then pressing delete. To remove the track, two-finger click on the track and select delete track. Now that we have explored the basic features of GarageBand, we're ready to construct a song. If you haven't already done so, create a new project by selecting File, New. This time, let's start with a drummer track type. I'm going to make sure my track is selected, then navigate to the library. Let's take a minute to change the drums. Now let's give it a listen by selecting play. Don't forget we have controls at the bottom to adjust the sound. Let's select the Aurora preset and add a little shaker into the mix. I want this drum track to extend throughout my song, so I'm going to two-finger click on the track, then select Loop On Off. This will allow the track to loop through the entirety of the song. While I do want this to loop, I don't want it to start at the very beginning. Let's select the drum track and drag it so that it starts at bar 5. Now let's add some new tracks from Live Loops. I'm going to select Live Loops and start by using the instrument search to find a piano track. I think this track might work nicely with my song. I'm going to push and hold and drag it into a new track. I don't want the piano to play through the entire song, but I do want it to play through multiple bars. I'm going to push and hold, then drag towards the right to extend this piano so that it plays through multiple bars for additional beats. Now that we've added a piano, I want to add a bass. I'm going to select the X to cancel my filter, then select bass. Remember, you can play loops as your song is playing to hear what it will sound like in conjunction with your song. I'm going to push play, then select one of the loops. I feel like this loop fits well into my song. I'm going to push and hold and drag this loop into a new track on my song. I also want to extend this loop into further bars. Continue through these steps until you have a well-built song and are ready to add your vocals. Once you're ready to add your vocals, select Track, New Track, or the plus sign. Select the audio microphone track type and adjust your input accordingly. I'm going to use the library to make adjustments to my vocals. Now I'm ready to record. Ensure you're at the beginning of your song. If your metronome is turned on, ensure that your speaker and microphone is set accordingly so the click doesn't pick up in your recording. When you're ready to record, select the Record button. Select Stop when you're done recording. After you've recorded your audio, select Play to listen to your song. If you need to crop some from the beginning of your vocals, press and hold, then drag to the right. If you need to make further adjustments to your track, move the cursor, then two-finger click on the track and select Split at Playhead. If you happen to split in the wrong location, remember you can always use the Command Z to undo. You can also use Edit, Undo to undo your most recent change. If you'd like to make further adjustments to the sound of your song, remember you can select various tracks and use the Controls and EQ tab at the bottom to make further changes. To export your song, select Share and Export Song to Disk. Give your project a name and choose a location to save the file. Ensure you've selected the MP3 format, then select Export. Do you have a musical background? Are you looking to play your own music using your keyboard or by plugging your instrument directly into the MacBook? In the remainder of this video, we will explore how you can create and record your own music in GarageBand. From within your existing project, select Track, then New Track, or select the plus sign. If you do not have an instrument to play into your MacBook, use the software instrument track type to use your keyboard to play the notes. Use the library to add tracks. Then select Window, Show Musical Typing, and this will allow you to use your keyboard to play and record each track. When you're ready to capture the track, select the Record button. Follow the steps previously shared to further customize your recorded track. If you have an instrument, you will be plugging directly into your MacBook to record your tracks. Select the audio track type, connect a guitar or bass to your Mac. Choose where your instrument is plugged into, then use the library to choose the preset for your amp. When you're ready, select the Record option and record your instrument directly into a track in GarageBand. If you still have questions about using GarageBand on the MacBook, reach out to your educator for support.